Today I'm on my way to see a patient that, well, was so sick the last time I saw him. It's a little bit amazing he survived it all. He's not out of the woods just yet. In fact, he's got himself into a little bit of trouble. He's behind bars.
Chris has arrived at Dilwinya, a women's prison located 60 kilometres northwest of Sydney.
I had no idea that this sort of thing even took place, with the inmates looking after the animals. I knew that someone was going to call me pretty boy in a prison. I'd be a little bit nervous, but when it's like that, it's okay.
Fiona is one of the custodial officers at the prison, but it's not only human inmates under her care. Dilwinya is also home to a wildlife centre, where sick and injured animals are nursed back to health by the inmates.
One of the great things about the inmates working with the animals is that the animals don't judge. So this is a really positive thing for the wildlife and the inmates.
Wow, Wayne Swan on the inside, who would have thought?
This is Marie.
Hey Marie, how you going?
Hi Chris, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. Hey, so you've been looking after him?
Yes, I have. Yeah. He's improved greatly.
Marie is one of the inmates. She's been caring for Chris's old patient Wayne Swan since he arrived at the prison.
So he's eating well and...
Oh, he's doing great. He's eating well. He's preening. He's quite happy in here. He's got a little friend, as you can see. He's a totally different swan.
When I first see him, there is a moment where I look at him and think, have they actually got the right swan here? Because he looks so different. He's really filled out and he looks happy.
Chris first met Wayne 7 months ago when he answered an emergency call from a family who found the sick swan in their backyard.
Yeah, he's not in a good way. He was so weak and listless that his neck was just hanging down. I mean, he was close to death. I had to stabilise him right there and then. After I treated him, he went off to wires and now he finds himself here. How do you normally catch him in here? Is he a challenge?
You need a rake. Actually, you need 2 people and 2 rakes.
Yes.
And a pair of swimmers. There's no doubt that Wayne's looking good, but is he looking good enough to be released? Only a checkup will tell. A lot of hissing going on.
Yes. My hopes for Wayne today are that Chris gives him the all clear and lets us know that he's definitely ready to be released.
That was for me.
We have the emergency here.
At the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH,
Hi, I'm Lisa.
How are you?
14-week-old Wilson is in agony after a game of chasey turned into disaster.
Might just take him out the back and I'll pop back out and have a chat to you.
No worries.
My little sister and her friend were having a play with the dog, I guess, and they were chasing him around and he was jumping. So my sister jumped up on her bed, jumped off the bed and landed on Wilson and could hear the screaming and didn't know what was going on. So I ran upstairs, grabbed the dog, ran him here.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. When a little dog comes in like this and it's been jumped on, it's so small that he could have really been injured anywhere. So I've just got to start at his head and work down to the tail and assess every part of his body for injuries. And his pupils are symmetrical and responding normally. That does make brain damage less likely. I'm a little bit worried about this left shoulder. And you can't always feel if something's broken, but he's certainly not liking it at all. I definitely think he's had a big knock to that leg. Oh, buddy, you've got a sore leg. Wilson is tiny. He's only 1.3 kilos and a teenager has jumped on him. There's a chance that he's got some massive internal injuries and we need to take some x-rays to confirm that.
For Helena, it's upsetting news.
He's really limping on that front leg.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I've only had him like 2 months, so this is all a bit overwhelming. Don't really know what to do.
He's saying I'm innocent, both hands up in the air. Where'd you learn that, huh?
At the Dilwinya Women's Prison, Chris is examining Wayne to determine if the swan is ready to be set free.
Just listening to him now, his lungs are very clear. His heart rate's a little high, but that probably comes from trying to catch him in that pond there.
Inmate Marie has been Wayne's primary carer since he arrived at the prison's wildlife centre.
I've been treating Wayne with antibiotics, also been doing physiotherapy on his wing and some water therapy to encourage him to flap his wings and to preen.
I can see where the infections that he had have really been healing. Honestly, you've done a great job.
Thank you.
You really have, because these, as well as all the rest of his problems, they're not easy to fix. What? Now you're staring. It's getting weird. Even though Wayne looks healthy, there is one important test to see if he's ready to go back into the wild and fend for himself. So I just want to see his ability to flap his wings. So this is going to get a little bit messy. So if I just... Okay. So you can see both wings are moving pretty well and pretty symmetrically once they get going. The old wing flap test doesn't seem so scientific, but right now it's telling me everything. See how he's panting just a little bit? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Obviously the act of flying, the act of flapping his wings is tiring him out.
Yeah.
Now, you've done an amazing job. He is looking healthy, but he's just not looking fit.
Okay.
I guess that's the problem we've got right now, is that he looks to me like he's ready to be released, but he's not quite ready to fly. And we really need both.
Yeah.
We just need a little bit longer.
I am disappointed that Wayne's not going to be released today, but I do understand that he has to be in tip-top condition before we release him.
Wayne, is that all right? No, it's not all right, but we're going to have to deal with it. I know it was a very tough call to not release him, but at least in my heart I know leaving him is really going to pay off. Wayne doesn't need that much more time. To have that extra bit of fitness on board will make so much difference out in the wild.
I'm going to predict that he's not going to like this very much. It's a little baby needle. We'll just do it here.
3-month-old Wilson is receiving pain relief at Sash after accidentally being trampled during a game of chasey with one of his teenage owners.
If only he could understand that all we're trying to do is help him. Unfortunately, it does come with a needle. I hope we will still be friends by the end of the day. I feel terrible.
Wilson is now undergoing a full-body X-ray to check for any internal injuries.
He could have damage to his chest, to his abdomen, to his spine. He could have broken legs. We really, really need to get those X-rays and have a good look inside him to see if there's any major injuries. Settle down, baby. Good boy. Can't see any obvious rib fractures. All his ribs look really nice and there's no obvious breaks in his front legs. I mean, if you look at the size of Wilson and then you look at the size of a teenage girl, if she's jumping on the bed and lands on him, that's a lot of impact going onto a tiny little body. He's really, really lucky. I thought it would be a lot worse. Buddy, it's good news. I know it seems like your world is ending, but nothing's broken. So the plan now is really just rest. There's nothing more we can do for the injury. It's like it's soft tissue. It's like a strain or a bruise to the shoulder. We're going to give him some pain relief. Watch him really closely overnight. Just monitor his breathing, make sure that there's no deterioration. And if all is well by the morning, he'll be able to go home and recuperate there. We'll look after him, hey, buddy?
Helena can now go home and pass on the news to her remorseful little sister.
She's in shock. She just called me about 3 times, stressing out at home. She's trying to figure out what's happening. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. And I'll be calling you with some news, hopefully not too bad, yeah.
When you get an email from a 14-year-old girl pleading with you to help out a horse that she's fallen in love with, it's not something you can easily ignore. So I'm on my way now to meet Tash and her Charlie to see if there's anything I can do.
Chris is responding to an SOS from the Safe Haven Horse Rescue Centre in Yan Yean, 40 kilometres northeast of Melbourne.
Is your eye hurting today, boy?
Waiting there for him is volunteer Tash and 9-year-old Appaloosa gelding Charlie.
The second I saw him, I just fell in love with him. He's so beautiful and gentle, but his eye was sort of swollen and it just kept getting bigger and bigger, and I had no idea what was wrong, but I knew something wasn't right.
Owner Lyndall opened Safe Haven last year to help horses like Charlie.
I'm scared that it's a cancer that maybe it can't be fixed, but I just don't want to give up.
Hey there.
Hi!
How are you?
Good, thank you. I can't believe you came.
Well, trust me, that letter's a little bit hard to ignore, so I am here. Now, Tash?
Yes,
Yeah?
Tash.
How are you?
Thank you so much.
It's all right, no worries at all. G'day.
Miss Diana.
Hey, Miss Diana, how you going?
My business partner, I'm Lyndall.
Hey, Lyndall, how are you?
Good, thank you.
I've seen a few horses around here. Which one's Charlie?
That's Charlie over there.
Right there. When Tash first points out Charlie, looks like a nice horse. Beautiful Appaloosa. Hey, buddy. But once you get closer, you can really see that weight on his eyelid weighing it down. It's a big lump. Wow, that's really something. Where did he actually come from originally, Lyndall?
He was surrendered to us by a lady, so he came to us with the lump on his eye, but it's probably doubled in size since he's been here, and
Wow.
that's only over the last few weeks to a month, yeah.
So that's quick. When Lyndall mentions the fact this lump has grown so quickly over the last month, that really worries me. The lump is firm. It feels like it's got two parts to it.
Okay, yep.
I don't think it's attached to the bone around his eye, but I'm not sure how deep it actually pushes in. And that's probably the bit that worries me the most.
Okay.
I'm trying to keep a bit of a poker face because I don't really want to give away my concerns over this lump in front of Tash. I'm glad you actually wrote to me when you did, because if you were to leave that for any longer, then if it is something nasty, it could so easily just go straight into his eye, and from there, there's not much that can be done. In a paddock with only very basic equipment, it's very hard to give them a definitive diagnosis about what's going on with Charlie. To get a true answer, what we need is a biopsy. All right, well, I might make a phone call now and see if I can arrange for him to go and visit some friends of mine nearby. Hey, Lynchy, how are you?
Hey, mate, how you going?
Yeah, good, good. I've got a horse that has a lump around its eye that doesn't look great.
Chris is calling equine specialist Dr. Andy Lynch at the Yarrambat Veterinary Clinic.
You okay if I put him on a float and run him into you now?
No problem.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Good boy. He's just my whole world now. And the worst case for me would be that there's no cure for whatever it is and that I lose him.
Here we go, Charlie. You're right, buddy. Easy, buddy.
Chris has arrived at the Yarrambat Veterinary Clinic with Tash, Lyndall and Misty.
Good boy.
They're really keen to see what they can do for him.
Okay.
They are about to find out if the rapidly growing lump on Charlie's eyelid is cancerous.
Yeah, it's pretty prominent there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And it's not a good spot.
Equine specialist Dr. Andy Lynch is an old university mate of Chris's. Today he'll be overseeing Charlie's biopsy.
So what I've explained to Tash is that we'd love to get a little sample of cells out of that lump.
I think that's a good idea, Tash.
Yeah. This biopsy is really the key to us finding out exactly what this lump is. The plan is to give Charlie just a light sedation, go in with some local anaesthetic, numb the area, and then with a little biopsy punch, go in there and grab just a tiny little core of tissue. That'll then get sent to the lab, and we'll get an answer. Have you met Coda?
No.
If anyone knows about being positive, about getting through the tough times, it's this little guy.
He's so small. Just pick him up.
Misty, Lyndall and Tash are so nervous about Charlie's biopsy that Chris decides to introduce them to a little guy that beat all the odds.
Coda's a horse I operated on a few years ago. He may be small, but he did have big problems.
Go, baby, go.
He essentially has adult-sized teeth inside that tiny head of his. They were pushing in and essentially growing into his skull. They had to be removed, but it wasn't easy.
Hey, Marty.
Ooh, here we go. Wow. Oh my goodness. That's extraordinary, isn't it? It's just absurdly large. I mean, this is enough to put the tooth fairy into liquidation. It's ridiculous. You know, if Coda can get through his little hurdles and obstacles, then fingers crossed Charlie can too.
Yeah.
While Coda's ordeal is over,
So you shouldn't feel this, you don't need to worry.
Charlie's is just beginning.
Almost got it. Okay, yep, we've got something there. Excellent. Let's pull that out there. Looks quite fleshy, doesn't it?
Looks pretty solid. Yeah, I think you're right to be concerned about this one.
The sample will be sent to the lab and the results should be back by tomorrow.
It's okay. I don't think I'm going to sleep at all tonight. I'll be up all night worrying. I'm just going to keep everything crossed and hope for the best.
Come on. The thing I really want Tash to be preparing herself for is that tomorrow she may get bad news. Sometimes the reality of looking after animals is no matter how much you care for them, how much love you show them, you just can't help bad luck.
Good night.
Wilson, good morning. You're happy to see me today. Feel better? Yeah.
A day after being accidentally jumped on by one of his teenage owners, little Wilson has made an amazing recovery.
He's definitely not as sore as he was last night. His shoulder's much more comfortable. He's letting me have a good feel of it. He's not shrieking out in pain and he's acting like a normal puppy, so I think he's going to be ready to go home. Come on, Wilson! Wilson, come on! He's definitely still got a little bit of a limp, but it doesn't seem to be stopping him. He's walking around, he's wagging his tail, he's so much happier. Last night he didn't even want to move.
Wilson's owners, Helena and Jess, are relieved the ordeal is finally over.
He's just so small and he just runs so fast and I accidentally stepped on him. He just laid there. It was so scary.
It was so unsettling knowing that he wasn't okay, and so the house wasn't quite the same for the night.
You want to go home?
Hello. This is a really good outcome for everyone. I mean, it could have been so much worse for little Wilson. He could have had some really serious injuries and he's come off pretty lightly.
I'm so sorry.
That arm is still not 100%. He's going to need a couple of weeks of really strict rest with no playing, no jumping, and I don't envy them looking after a 14-week-old puppy and trying to confine them. It's going to be a tough job.
It's a better day. It's a good day. Everyone's happy.
Is that good? Yes, that's good.
At the Yarrambat Veterinary Clinic in Victoria, Tash, Misty and Lyndall are anxiously awaiting Charlie's biopsy results.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Couldn't keep away, huh?
Yeah. Missed him too much.
Yeah, I bet. Now,
Have you heard anything?
Yeah, I have. So, it's an aggressive tumour. There's no other way of putting it. It's one that is aggressive.
Can you die from it?
Yeah. Breaking this sort of news, it's never easy, it's never nice. But when you're telling a 14-year-old girl that the horse she loves so much is really seriously ill, it doesn't get much harder than that.
It's a massive shock, and I mean, I knew that something was bad, but I just didn't really want to hear it.
What we need to do is get in there straight away, operate, remove that tumour, but not just that, we have to hit it so hard by actually leaving little chemotherapy beads in there. Okay. In my experience with these sort of things, we'll get one chance at this, and one chance only.
Sweetie, it's okay. You'll be fine.
Come on. It's hit Tash really hard and, you know, she's really feeling it. You just want to protect her and she's only 14 years old. You're going to have all of us crying.
I'm I'm terrified for him, but he'll be okay.
Look, there's not too many jobs at the park that rattle me. Not too many that scare me, but female alligators are one of them. They're pretty terrifying.
It's alligator breeding season at the Australian Reptile Park.
Hey, boys.
Today's mission for Operations Manager Tim Faulkner is to retrieve freshly laid eggs.
Yeah, sitting just in front of the nest.
Oh, she's out already. Let's get in.
But first, he has to get past some extremely aggressive mums.
Righto, on your toes, boys.
For Tim and the team, it's a dangerous race against time.
Oh, here she comes already. Our climate here is too hot. It's not like where gators are naturally from in the States. We need to get those eggs out before today's sun hits them because they will overheat and die. You gonna play nice, Shirley?
Hey, settle.
The process is pretty simple on paper. Hey. We catch the female, remove her from the nest, collect the eggs, and then let her go. Sounds simple, but it's not that easy. Just watch those other gators too, boys. Female alligators are incredibly protective. They are some of the best mothers on earth. And they are that because they will try and kill anything that goes near the nest.
Hey, watch out.
All right, Charlie. You brave boy.
In Yarrambat, Victoria, Charlie is about to undergo surgery to remove a cancerous lump from his eyelid.
We're dealing with a very aggressive tumour. We have to be aggressive back. We're going to go in straight away, operate, remove the tumour, and we're actually going to leave some chemotherapy beads in there, which are going to sit in there long term and prevent any cells from regrowing. The best plan for Charlie right now is actually to have this operation standing. The reason for that is that if you actually give them so much anaesthetic they fall to the ground, they can actually break their legs on the way down.
Dr. Andy Lynch will be managing the delicate operation with Chris.
It'd be nice to take, really generous margins around it, but I don't think we can afford to do that in this case. Bit of a sting, Charlie. The difficulty with this tumour is its position. It's flush up against a part of the skull where there's some important nerves and vessels. Right, that's nice and numb now. We're going to have to be fairly delicate about how we go dealing with this lump.
So I'm just making an incision now around this tumour.
Tricky area.
Outside, it's all too much for 14-year-old Tash.
Hopefully he's gonna make it.
It's probably a little bit more tightly held to Charlie's head than I would have hoped. It's actually sitting right up against his skull, and we're actually having to break the attachments now.
And there it is. Look at that.
Here we go. This is the tumour here, and it feels like we've managed to get it all out, but the fact is there could be a few cells still sitting in there. So as insurance against this tumour regrowing, that's where the chemotherapy beads come in really handy. They're really small, aren't they? But geez, they pack a punch, yeah. That's good.
9 chemotherapy beads will remain in Charlie's eyelid, killing off any residual cancerous cells. At $100 a bead, it's expensive treatment.
Happy with that? That's good. So now we've got those beads in, it's now time to close up. Time has gone quickly for me, but for the girls, it must seem like an eternity.
Good boy.
He's pleased to see you, Tash.
I'm glad he's okay and it's finished.
Yeah.
I've got no idea what us and Charlie would have done without you, both of you.
It's all right. It's not every day you come across a connection like this.
I know he's not completely over everything yet, but there's a lot more hope than there was before.
Okay, so let's let him sleep this off.
Yep.
And all going well, we can load him up in a few hours' time and get him home.
Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's okay. Look, you have to consider this to be a success. We've done everything we possibly can to make sure this tumour doesn't come back. Tash should be able to feel comfortable and confident that she does have a bright future with Charlie.
What a relief.
High fives? Yeah. Yay. Awesome.
Oi, watch out.
At the Alligator Lagoon at the Australian Reptile Park, it's a tense standoff between Tim and a very angry mum. This deadly predator has just laid eggs and they must be collected quickly before they cook in the heat.
That's it. Okay, on boys, on the back. Nick with me. Down you go, let's go.
She's got no idea that we're actually trying to help her.
Got it, mate?
We're trying to save her babies. She just sees red. Someone's near the nest. I'm going to kill him.
Good job, boys. Let's get those eggs. We like to try and do this nice and quick. Gators can get her lactic acid build up pretty quickly. And if she fights and struggles for, even 10, 15, 20 minutes, it's too long. Builds up, they can't cool down, it can cause them big problems. So we want to get in, get the eggs and let it go. These are beauty, boys. Good looking eggs. Obes, you better come down, mate. Just let go.
You boys
You're
right
right,
there?
boys? Yep.
The other alligators are becoming agitated. Tim and the team are in an extremely dangerous situation.
Mate, you stay down, big fella.
Even though we want to get in and get out, it's one egg at a time. And that can be a little bit frustrating because you've got gators everywhere, you've got a mum that we need to let go, and you've just got to put them in very delicately.
That's 20 eggs, and I've just found a whole nother section. Still another dozen or more, easy in there. Yep. Watch that little one onto your side, mate. How many are we up to now? 45. Stay there. Just watch that little girl there. We got 2 now. Hey, 51. New record by 1 egg. And you're right, mate. 1, 2, 3. There you go, Cheryl. Good, Mum. Mum will keep defending this nest for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. Obviously, her little gators won't hatch, so at a point, she'll just leave the nest. She won't know any different, and she'll slide back into the water and she'll do what she normally does. Okay, number 2. Next gator's Firecracker, and she's got that name for a reason. She's a real scary gator. Come on, a little bit further this way. That's a good, Mum. Bit more, please. Hey. We've got a big mum and a little mum. Little mum can't get a spot to build her own nest, so she's laid her eggs in someone else's. Problem then is, they're both defending it. That's good, good girl. No, I feel like bait. Right her out. Whoa, that's quick. Okay, yep. That's it, mate. Okay, pass the rope around this side and come up behind me. Obes, Chris. What's that little one? 1, 2, 3. Got the legs up, Obes. Yep. Do you want to slide up here, Obes? 1, 2, 3, go. Righto, let's get these eggs out nice and quick. Mum coming in. Yep. It's like being underwater in a crocodile cage because your head's down and you're concentrating on what you're doing. How much longer you got in there, Tim? This girl's getting a little bit fired up here now. She's probably going to unleash very soon. That's it. There's 31. Righto, so let's do this fluently. Chris, off. Obes, 1, 2, 3. See that, alligator? There we go. So now, it's pretty critical that we get the eggs into our incubator. There you go, mate. You have to be really careful that you don't muck up the temperature. If they're too cold or hot just for 5, 10 hours, they'll die. They need to be very specific. Now, the hotter it is, maybe 34 degrees, makes for boys. And the cooler it is, maybe 31 degrees, makes girls. Lucky last. There you go, mate. See you in a couple of months.
Now look who's ready to go home.
Hello. Hey, Charlie. Hey.
At the Yarrambat Veterinary Clinic, Charlie is ready to head back home to the Safe Haven Horse Rescue Centre.
It still doesn't seem real.
No.
It really doesn't seem real.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know.
With the cancerous lump removed from his eyelid, Charlie's future is now looking bright.
Good boy. Hopefully Charlie and I will be together for a very long time. I'm really looking forward to being able to look after him and just care for him and be there for him. Good boy.
It just goes to show what one girl's love for a horse can do. Tash somehow managed to bring together all these different people to achieve a goal, and that should be a bright future for her and Charlie. See you, Charlie.
Hi. What are you doing here?
Jelly's not very well.
Jelly.
At Sash, Belinda, one of the vet nurses, has arrived with her 6-year-old daughter Emily and their listless dog Jelly.
Did she eat her dinner?
Just a little bit, didn't she? But not much.
Not much. So she's feeling pretty sick. Jelly's had vomiting and diarrhea. She's really quiet. She's not wanting to eat much. She's just not a happy little girl. I think I'll help you fix her because you're dressed up as a vet ready to go.
Help each other.
We'll help each other. That sounds good. What do you think, Jelly? You've got 2 vets today, huh? Belinda's daughter, Emily, is dying to be a vet. So as soon as she saw that Jelly was sick, she dressed up in her vet clothes, put her stethoscope on and said to Mum, come on, we've got to take Jelly to the vet, ready to go. How many years of training did you do to become qualified?
6.
So you've studied for 6 years? My goodness. So we need to examine her. Do you want to have a listen with your stethoscope? Tell me what you hear.
I don't think I'll hear anything because it's for 10.
Well, you try this one. Tell me what you can hear with this one. Jelly's heart is beating really fast. Can you hear anything?
Yes.
Yes. This is an excellent stethoscope. Shall I have a listen with my one?
Yes.
Yes.
I think her heart is beating.
It's beating, is it? I think it's very good that her heart is beating. It's a good sign. All right. We're going to take her temperature. This is going into a very private place. Don't look. Okay, don't look. And her temperature is 39, so that's pretty normal. So that's good. She hasn't got a fever.
Poor little boy.
It looks like Jelly's got gastroenteritis and it's probably from a dietary change or something that's just upset her tummy. She needs to stay in hospital on a drip and hopefully that will improve things. I think we're going to have to put a needle in her. Okay, I'm going to do it now. Cover your eyes.
I can't look.
You don't look. Emily can't bear the sight of blood, so I don't know how she's going to go being a vet, but I think with a bit of practice, she'll be just fine.
You have to be careful with your sore leg, okay?
So you want to climb up there and pop your patient in the cage. Hold on, be careful. Emily's patient Poodle is very sick. She's got a broken leg. So she's actually got a neighbouring cage to Jelly, so the 2 of them will keep each other company and hopefully we'll send them both home tomorrow.
Goodbye, little Bum Bum. I'll miss you. Goodbye.
Hey, Jelly Bean. How you feeling? Okay, you want to come out? All right.
It's been 24 hours since Jelly arrived at Sash with a case of gastroenteritis.
Jelly's like a different dog compared to when she came in. She really wasn't feeling well. She had gastro. Now she's been on fluids. We've treated her. She's bounced back. She's ready to jump out the door back to her family. Good girl.
Sash vet nurse Belinda and her 6-year-old daughter Emily are eager to be reunited with the puppy patients.
Look who's there. Jelly Bean. And Noodle the Poodle.
Noodle? Hello, Noodle. I love you, Bum Bum. You're so cute.
Don't forget Noodle. The reunion is absolutely delightful. Emily has a smile from ear to ear. She can't wait to take them home.
I made you a present and it's for taking care of Jelly and Poodle.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Lisa, for taking care of Jelly and Noodle the Poodle. It's my pleasure, Emily. Hey, Jelly, excited to go home, sweetie pie?
Sure is.
Emily's so gorgeous. She gave me a little present, a card saying thank you, and she's made the whole thing by herself. She's absolutely beautiful. Bye, Jelly. And bye, Noodle. Hi, Bill.
Thanks, Liz.
That's all right.
See you later.
Look after her. I trust you. Bye.
Hey, how are you?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm just here to see Swan, Wayne.
Chris is heading back behind bars at the Dilwinya Women's Correction Centre to determine if Wayne the Swan is ready for release.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a long road to recovery for Wayne after being found close to death in a suburban backyard.
Yeah, this is the perfect spot.
The black swan has spent the last 3 months being cared for by inmate Marie as part of the prison's wildlife care program.
This program gives you the opportunity to learn a lot about the Australian wildlife, and it's just very fulfilling that you've actually been able to help.
Let's just have a final little look at these wings.
Chris does a last check on Wayne to make sure he's ready to be set free.
They feel nice and free and easy. They haven't tightened up on his body. He's got a good range of motion there. There's no doubt that Wayne looks great. In terms of his physical examination, he's passed it with flying colours. Finally, after so much hard work, the big day's arrived. Anything you want to say before we release you? The Australian public wants to know. You gonna come clean on what happened in that backyard all those months ago? You're mouthing something, but I can't really understand it. That's swan talk for I think I'm ready. There are so many different spots where we could release Wayne, but we've chosen this pond still within the correctional centre. The reason is that Wayne can fly away whenever he wants, but at the same time, there's the added security of knowing that, hey, if he's not quite right, or if he ever wants to come back for a feed, this is the perfect spot. I'm about to let him go here. Do you want to say goodbye?
Yeah. Okay. Bye, Wayne. See you, mate. Have a good life out there.
Good luck out there, buddy. Okay, here you go. Can we go? He's just taking it, isn't he?
It's a fair bit bigger than his last pond, isn't it?
I feel very happy that he's finally gotten back out to where he belongs, out in the natural environment. Yeah, very pleased, very pleased.
Just one look at Marie tells you that at the moment she's absolutely overflowing with pride over what she's managed to achieve here. I'm sure when you're in a correctional centre, there aren't too many high points, but for her today, it's a big one. It's been quite a journey for her.
It has. It's been an incredible journey and lots has happened to him. You know, there's been so many different people all along the way. It's remarkable that he's come this far.
You guys have put more than the finishing touches on, so thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Incredible.
It's been 9 weeks, and every day we come up and we check our little gator eggs in the incubating room. I like to listen to that. That's it. That's what we want.
There are some new arrivals at the Australian Reptile Park, and these noisy babies are already full of cheek.
Hey, excuse me. Baby gators make that little cry and they call out to mum, and mum comes and rescues them. She picks them up, and you know what she does? She takes them to water. And that's exactly what I'm doing, taking them from the nest into some water. They have a rinse off, get rid of all the yuck from inside the egg, and now I'm going to take them to their new home. They're ready to go. It's time to put you into your new home. Let's go. Hold on. This little cage that we've got the gators to go in, it's purpose-built for baby gators. We want our visitors to be able to see these tiny little gators. Not too quick. You want to stay with me, right? You stay. There you go. They're jumping off these little ledges and hitting that water. They're up and their eyes are out, and this is the start of their new life. Listen to the calls. Even in here now, they're still calling for mum.
Shouldn't be able to spot.
Chris has been called to a local park to meet with Anna.
I got a funny feeling this is why I'm here, right?
Yes, this is James.
Her pet mini pig's behaviour is causing some big problems.
He's a bit of a demolition man, isn't he?
I think he can dig a hole faster than I could with a shovel. The council is not appreciating the holes that he's putting in the park, and they're asking me to keep him on the lead at all times, even in an off-leash park.
To be honest, I came down here thinking, oh, geez, the council's overreacting again. But you see the holes he digs. He is making a mess down here.
Thanks, James.
This foraging behaviour, this digging, is a normal thing for pigs to do, but here in the city, it doesn't work because the council are really on Anna's tail.
I think they're at the point of almost asking me to not take him to the park. I guess the only other solution is for me to move to a rural area, and I certainly don't want to do it, but the last thing I want to do is have to give him up. I love him. I couldn't imagine not having him around.
Brutus is as big as this boat. That's a little bit scary.
Tim and Obi are investigating some trouble in the Australian Reptile Park's Alligator Lagoon. Bad boy Brutus has started fighting the old male gators for territory and harassing the females.
Right. Most of the time they get along and there's a real social hierarchy from big boys right down to tiny little hatchlings. Now, Brutus is at that point in his life where he's ready to become top dog. The risk is if we leave Brutus that he's going to try and throw it over these old boys. That's going to end in serious injury, possibly death. Ah, that's our gator. Look, he's just sitting there, standing his ground, doesn't want to move. Everyone else is scattered and the king's just holding his ground. Hey. We can't catch Brutus in the water, even though we're only a metre from him now. There's a few risks. One is that he pulls us straight in. Two is that if we happen to get a rope on and let's say Brutus was too strong and he pulled away, he could then be stuck underwater with a rope wrapped around his head, and we don't want that.
With Brutus now located, Tim will attempt to entice the deadly killer to the bank so he can be captured.
Righto, mate, we'll see you in a little while.
Billy.
Bello, a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel, has suddenly collapsed and been rushed into the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH.
All of a sudden he just lied on the kitchen floor, couldn't focus, his head tilted to one side, and he just couldn't stand up. He was just like going in circles. It was very upsetting.
Glenda and her daughter-in-law Georgia are fearing the worst.
My initial thought was he had a stroke. It looked like a human that had had a stroke.
Bring him through.
Emergency vet Dr. Lisa Chimes needs to urgently assess the 6-year-old.
Hey, honey, your world's upside down. What's happened?
He just went down, his eyes started flickering, and he just couldn't stand. He couldn't, like he was all over the place.
So what we really need to do now is work out, is this a problem going on in his brain? Yep. Or is this a problem going on outside of his brain? Right. So somewhere like in the ears.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pop him on the floor, see what he can do.
Come here, baby. Oh, come here, baby. Bello, come here.
There's something going on with Bello that is affecting the nerve that's controlling his balance.
He's not too steady at all.
There's a whole variety of things it could be, and we need to do some more tests to work out why. So I'm gonna have a look inside his ears, see if there's any problems there. That one looks pretty good. So his ears look actually pretty clean. There's no inflammation, there's nothing I can see down that ear canal that's causing any issues. That doesn't necessarily rule out ear problems, okay? Because I'm just looking at the outside ear canal. Exactly.
Bello will now undergo a CT scan to determine if the problem is within the inner ear or the brain.
Hey, what's going on?
Problems inside the brain could be something like a stroke, something like a tumour in his brain, some sort of inflammatory disease in his brain.
Just getting better. Very nerve-wracking, yeah.
All right.
Just hope it doesn't turn out to be the worst.
Honey, I know you're dizzy. You're dizzy. The worst case scenario would be that Bello's got a brain tumour, and I really, really hope that's not something I'm going to have to tell Glenda.
Oh, baby.
Bello's CT scan is underway at Sash.
Good boy, Bello.
The Cavalier King Charles Spaniel collapsed and is unable to stand.
The causes of balance problems can be related to something inside the brain or something outside the brain. And what we really need to do with Bello is work out what's causing these signs.
Never seen him like that before.
Poor Belly.
It's a tense wait for owner Glenda and her daughter-in-law Georgia.
He is our baby. All our boys have grown up now and he's our little boy. He's never been away from us. Yeah, it's just that he's always been with us. Wherever we are, he is.
What have we got?
Chickens. The lure.
Rope. Yep.
Yeah, there's some extra rope.
Good. Beauty. Are we confident 2 of us are going to be enough?
No, but I've got a little plan.
At the Australian Reptile Park, bad boy Brutus has been terrorising the other alligators in the lagoon. This 400-kilo predator needs to be removed before his attacks turn lethal.
Everyone's tense. We've had injuries in females, young males, old males, and that's because of Brutus. He's got everyone on hot coals because he's testing all the old males.
Yep. We've got everything?
Yeah, this is everything. If we don't take Brutus out now, what we face is a lot of injuries, a lot of stressed out gators, and it'll end in death. And that's not something that we want to happen. Tim to Kyle?
Yes, Tim.
Mate, why don't you pop out backside of the gator lagoon?
No problem, Tim. I'll be straight there.
Kyle's worked with gators, but not like Brutus.
Jeez, he's quick.
Hey, mate.
Hey, Tim. Hey, Abs. What's going on?
We got a treat for you today.
Oh, what's going on?
Kyle doesn't know it yet, but this rookie keeper is about to receive his first lesson in gator capturing.
With the little ones, around the metre size, I have handled a bit, but ones this size, not very much experience at all. There we go. Number 1 rule, don't get eaten. So we'll try that and let's see how we go from there.
Take this.
Hey, watch out.
Come on. This is Brutus. Come on. That's a gator all the way up. Come on. That's good. Kyle, jump on. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Kyle, you keep that tension on. Obes and I are going to go around. You right, mate? 1, 2, 3. Obes, on. Hold him, mate. Wrap it around that tree, buddy.
I'd like to know what's behind us, mate.
Brutus has now been captured, but the hard work isn't over yet. This big boy now needs to be moved to his new home, and he is not giving up without a fight.
You get ready to jump, because he's just going to roll with me. Okay, he's going. You can just Kyle on. Jump on, mate.
Well, that explains his signs.
At Sash, Lisa is examining Bello's CT results. The Cavalier King Charles Spaniel suddenly collapsed at home.
Okay, come through. So we've done the CT. His brain looks okay on the CT scan, so I think we are dealing with a primary middle ear problem. Okay. The area behind the eardrums is filled with fluid. Okay. It should be empty, and both sides are filled with fluid. I think Glenda is actually quite relieved to hear that Bello's got middle ear disease. She was so worried that it was going to be a brain problem.
Is it normal for a dog that's so healthy to get this like in 24 hours?
It can happen quickly, and you know, perhaps there was fluid in there and it was to a point, and he was coping, and then it just got too full, puts pressure on the nerves, and then bang, that's caused these signs. Okay, so next step would involve us actually taking him through to have a procedure done with one of our specialists. We're going to flush the ears and make them empty like how they should be. And I'll speak to you straight afterwards. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks very much.
No problem. You take care.
Thank you.
Okay.
I am feeling relieved, but yeah, every procedure has concerns because you don't know what's going to happen. They're under a general. It'll be a long wait.
The counsellor saying put him on a leash.
It doesn't stop him from digging at all.
Chris is attempting to come up with a solution that will stop the destructive mini pig James being banned from his local park.
I can see you are trying to do the right thing. James, I think we can safely say that this is not the answer. But if there's food, it's different, right? The thing about him is, he's like that naughty kid in school. You can't help but like him.
Sorry. No, not your bag. No.
I've seen enough to know that James does need help. He needs a solution. And I reckon I've got it. The way we do it, you ready for this?
Yeah.
It's a nose ring.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to work really well because what it does, it goes through his little nostrils there, and each time he digs, it presses, and he just feels it and goes, okay, that's not as fun as it used to be.
A nose ring? Oh, you know, I'm willing to try anything. If it works, which would be great.
He just jump on in, does he?
Yeah, you should be able to.
James, come on.
Chris is on his way to the Bondi clinic with Anna and her problem mini pig James. But getting James into the car may be as difficult as stopping the porker digging huge holes in the park.
Have you heard about my driving, James? Hey, mate. Driving okay? Almost there, buddy. Yeah, could you just do the window just here? Just this one? My little friend here, he fogged up the window.
Oh, can I pet him?
Of course you can.
Isn't he beautiful? Nice. Oh, gorgeous.
There you go. Everyone loves him.
They do.
That's what fuels the ego.
He has got quite an ego.
We're here. We're close. Oh, gee. Didn't really expect that. Come on, mate. Come on. I know. Let's go. Look at this. Mention of a piercing. Look at you go. Let's go. Oh. He's never seen a pig before?
No.
It's a big day in his life.
Hello, what have you brought today?
Just a pig.
Just a pig?
For a nose ring. You know anything about piercings?
No, not at all. Maybe we could do one later if we've got a spare one.
Anytime you hear the two words nose and ring put together, I think of one thing. Lola. No. Didn't quite work out. It was nearly an all-day battle to try to get a nose ring into her. I think in the end, after biting, kicking, running away, through pity and exhaustion, she eventually gave in and the nose ring went in. 1, 2, 3. If I've learned one thing from Lola, it's to take the home ground advantage. On my turf, James should be mine.
Okay, he's going. You can just Kyle on, jump on, mate. Let Obes work there for a minute and just jump on, just smother him, mate, that's it. Be at the back today, mate.
At the Australian Reptile Park, Tim, Obie and Kyle are struggling to restrain Brutus. The 400-kilo killer has been attacking the other gators in the lagoon and needs to be removed.
If he rolls, mate, you just get your foot out from under him. Don't keep it under there or he'll snap it. He'll snap it, no problems. He's a good boy. Yep. Not so tough now, hey, buddy? Not so tough now. Ooh, bit of commotion. Maybe that was a celebration of the removal of Brutus. 1, 2, 3. That's it, mate, good job. Again, 1, 2, 3. Once we've caught Brutus, that attracts interest from the other gators. They think it's feed time and they're moving in. And that's not something that we want to happen. Throw us a stick, we don't want him up. Stay away, buddy. Hey. There you go. Stay away.
Watch that little one to your side, mate.
Just hold steady for a second. Pull it back.
At Sash, Lisa is working with dermatologist Dr. Philippa Ravens to unblock 6-year-old Bellow's ears.
So what I think we're going to do now is see if we can make a little hole in that eardrum and try and drain it.
The Cavalier King Charles Spaniel was rushed to SASH after suddenly collapsing at home. A build-up of fluid behind the eardrums has compressed his balance nerve and resulted in severe vertigo.
Tenacious bit.
When we make that first puncture in Bellow's eardrum, what comes out is just this thick material. The middle ears should not have any fluid in them. They should be filled with air, and Bellow's middle ears are just packed with this thick, slimy mucus. We're flushing out all that muck, and hopefully that's going to relieve the pressure on his nerves and improve his balance. That must be so painful.
So see, go in a bit, a bit more. We might actually just need to break it off piece by piece.
Look at that, that is so thick.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
Seriously.
Wow,
that is
that's
massive.
a lot of mucus. Well done, team.
Lovely.
I think we've pretty much got most of it out, but sometimes there's just a little bit of mucus. Certainly, I think he was towards the more extreme end.
It will be interesting to see how quickly he recovers. Some dogs get better as soon as they wake up from the anaesthetic, and some take a few more days. But no doubt he will be feeling instant relief. I think he's pretty comfy now, snoring away. You got some relief, huh, buddy? You just have a good snooze.
We treat that dog like our family members. We very sad at the moment. Very nervous.
Spoiled puppy Laker has been rushed into SASH by his worried owners Jeff and Jessie after swallowing an extremely dangerous object.
Okay, so what's happened?
My wife fixed the clothes. She forgot the needle and leave on the table.
Yes.
And the dog just very quick come to grab and ate.
Ate the needle?
Yeah, ate the needle.
Oh, goodness. Was there string on the needle?
Yes.
How long was the string? Do you think?
About that long.
We'll put him on the table. I'll have a look at him. Hi, cutie pie. Oh, bub.
Very difficult.
Oh, can't see anything there so far. Until we know where that needle is in his body, there's no way that we can tell how we're going to get it out. I think it's a better idea to take the x-ray now, and then I'll talk to you about what we're going to do. Even though Lake is acting like nothing's happening, he's bright and he's happy, if we leave that needle in there, it could perforate through his intestines, through his stomach, it could cause septic peritonitis, and he can die from that. He's your baby?
Yeah, we love that dog very much.
I can tell.
Stay away, buddy. Hey. Watch that little one onto your side, mate. Hey, off you go, please. We don't want you up here.
At the Alligator Lagoon at the Australian Reptile Park, Brutus's capture has attracted a lot of unwanted attention.
Off you go, mate. They're hungry and they're quick, so it's a dangerous mix. Whoa. It's a bit daunting having him sitting there and big male gators right here.
With the deadly onlookers now at a safe distance,
Tim to Jules.
Tim calls for backup to help move the 400-kilo predator to his new home.
Oh, we're going to need an army of guys to move Brutus, Jules. We're out here now. He's all tied up and you better get Big Johnny.
I'll be there as soon as possible.
If we don't take Brutus out now, what we face is a lot of injuries, a lot of stressed out gators, and just not a happy pond in general. Hey, gang, we need everyone, all hands on deck, just to lift him, then we've got to move him. Oh, crikey. Hold him. Okay, let's go. We had 8 to 10 people on that board. Let's say we're carrying 50 kilos each and we were still struggling.
Oh, hang on.
Right. We start walking and very soon we're in mud, holes, trees, logs, rocks. 2, 3. Righto. We'll get a little bit more help, hey? We need more help, so we call in extra people again. That's it.
I'm feeling like it.
One more. That's it. Okay.
This is a big 400-kilo gator.
Everyone down?
Stupidest thing we've ever decided to do.
What's wrong, Abes?
Oh, I'm a wee bit unfit.
Oh, jeez.
Yep, on the trolley. Further. This lagoon is not designed for taking big gators out. It's horrible getting them out. Well done.
All right, ready?
Yep, just go easy, mate.
Oh, yeah?
We've got to go over fences, and then we've got to take brooders into the park area, the main park area with all the visitors. And very quickly they swarm. They all want to see brooders. All right, guys. Hop on back there. We're going to lift him up now. Ready? 1, 2. Just sit him down, guys. We can slide. That's good, guys. That's enough. Just sing out if you need anything. Hold on.
You know, mate, some humans willingly get these nose rings, you know. Yeah, well, look at you now.
At the Bondi Clinic, Chris is hoping a nose ring will put an end to James's destructive behaviour. The porker has been digging huge holes at the local park. The council is ready to ban him.
Thanks, James.
The fact is, Anna has no choice here. She has to put in a nose ring if she's going to be any chance of allowing James to go to the park again. James, is this to your liking? He's not really a gold man.
No, I don't think he's a gold man
More
either.
silver. Putting the nose ring in is easy. Anaesthetising him to the point where you can put the nose ring in safely, that's the tricky part. Can you just watch out? Because when he feels this, he will jump.
Yeah.
So what should happen now is that he should just start to feel a bit sleepy, as you can see. Yep. All right. It's a big needle though. How this ring works is pretty simple. You can see it's got a little latch there, and when the pliers close, it actually locks that inside the nose. But to actually get it through the nose requires a fair bit of pushing, so you need to be precise, but at the same time, quite forceful. Okay, through. So that's in, and just spin it around, and you can see the latch. It's gone through perfectly.
Wow, that looks good.
The great thing is now when he digs, he hits there.
That is so much drool.
From here, James is going to rest up for a few days, get used to having that nose ring. Then comes the big test. He's going to go back to the park in about a week. And we're going to find out if he digs. James, do you like the new nose ring? No, not really. Not right now. But maybe give him some time. Yeah? You'll think about it? Yeah, there we go. We got one.
Laker decided to swallow a sewing needle with some thread on it.
That's clever.
It's very clever. So we're just going to get some x-rays. I need your help because I can't obviously do it. In my current state, I can't actually be exposed to radiation, so I'm going to need an extra hand to make sure that I'm safe as well.
As vet nurse Nikki assists Lisa with the x-rays,
We got to see where it is.
Laker's owners Jeff and Jesse nervously wait in the SASH reception.
We're still quite worried. Yeah, still quite worried.
All right, so there it is. A big needle.
It's massive.
The fact that it's in his stomach means that an endoscopy, putting the camera down there, is still an option. There's no guarantee that when we get down there with the camera that we're even going to be able to grab that needle, let alone find it and pull it out. I don't want Laker to go under the knife. I don't want him to have surgery, and this is the next best option. Got to see what your mum and dad want to do now. So he definitely swallowed the needle.
Yes.
I think the best thing would be to give him an anaesthetic and try and pull it out with the camera. It's only a little dog and it's a big needle, and I'm worried that that could get stuck if we don't do anything.
Okay, yeah, we definitely need to do something.
I never feel comfortable when a sharp metal object is in an animal's stomach, intestines, bowel, anywhere. It could get stuck, it could perforate through his bowel, and that's a pretty serious emergency. We got to get this out of Laker. Good boy. Have a little sleep now.
red sash, Laker's endoscopy is about to begin.
You can do it, Phil.
Yeah, well, we're just going down. This is the easy bit. Hard bit's finding the needle.
Dr. Philip Brain is performing the delicate procedure.
Like finding a needle in the haystack. We just have to use that camera to scan the stomach, hoping that we find that piece of string and the needle on the end of it.
I thought that might be the needles like through, but I think it's just thread that's come off the needle.
You know, we see a little hair and it's magnified and we think, oh, that's the string, and we try and grab it and then we pull it and it comes out as nothing. And it's quite frustrating and unnerving.
That would have been too easy, wouldn't it?
It's just taking us a while to get orientated in there and haven't found anything yet.
Righto, let's get him in his home. 2, 3. Wait, guys, wait. That's it.
Aggressive alligator Brutus is being moved into isolation after attacking his neighbours at the Australian Reptile Park.
Guys, there's a big drop-off behind my side here.
It's proving to be a logistical nightmare.
Swing it round. Go down. No. Real deal, really.
It's taken 30 minutes and 10 staff to move this massive 400-kilo gator to his new home.
It's going to take the gators a couple of days to realise that Brutus is not there. He's a real stirrer, and he goes gator after gator after gator, just testing them, see if he can put it over them. They're going to be pretty relieved when that doesn't happen today.
All right, mouse through.
Yep. I'm off, Tim. Good. I'm off. I'm way back.
Brutus, in a very short time, will own that pen. Time will tell whether we put him back into this lagoon, his gator lagoon, or he may need to stay by himself for a while. See you, mate.
You're going to meet a huge array of people.
The heart of it is they just love their animals.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
After a busy day of dealing with James the pig...
This us here?
Yeah.
Chris and Neil are volunteering their time to a community clinic called Pets in the Park.
What's that, Cookie? What's that?
I've been doing this for about 3 or 4 months now, and it's one of the highlights of my month. And just to see these people's faces, it's an amazing feeling when you go home. You're walking home on cloud 9.
Dr. Mark Westman started the free monthly clinic to help those struggling financially to care for their pets.
Pets in the Park is really designed to look after Sydney's homeless and severely disadvantaged. Some of our clients will feed their animals before they feed themselves, and so we want to tie in and do what we can to help out their animals and hopefully also help out the owners at the same time.
This is Rodney and Di.
G'day, Di. How you going?
Chris's first patient is 6-month-old Isabella. Owner Rodney is worried about his little girl.
Oh, we heard about the pets in the park, and I thought it'd be a good opportunity to come and just find out if she was pregnant. She's not just sex, so we're not sure.
Okay. I certainly know what you mean. She's a little bit rotund, a little bit pear-shaped. So we need to work out why that is. Yeah. I think I can feel little fluid-filled sacs in there, which would more than likely say that she is pregnant. I'd say she's about a month or so in, maybe.
It sounds about right. It's been about 4 weeks that she's been like this.
It may be too late for the pregnant Isabella, but these clinics do provide free desexing to try and control the numbers of unwanted kittens.
We'll look to vaccinate her and worm her, but also maybe do a bit of a nail trim as well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you'd probably benefit from that too. You could have used these to fend off the boys.
Good on you guys. All right, thanks for that. See you.
Annual vaccinations, flea treatments, routine nail trims and basic medical care for an animal cost hundreds of dollars.
Good girl, get it.
But today, all of these services are being performed free.
Well, you get so much out of having a pet, don't you?
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, they become like your children, don't they?
You know, that phrase, unconditional love, it gets thrown around a lot, but when you come here today, you see its true meaning, because here, these pets, they don't ask for much, but what they get in return is so much love. For these people, these pets may be their only companion. So is she doing a lot of scratching? Is that the problem?
24/7. She just scratches and scratches and scratches.
Okay.
Laney's 12-month-old pooch Tiffany is suffering a common problem.
I can already see something that might be the culprit here. Can you see this little guy running through here?
Yeah, she's got heaps of them, actually.
Yeah.
I bath her every day.
Do you?
Just to try and get rid of them.
See, this might be the problem though, because a lot of these fleet treatments, what they do is the treatments sit in the skin oils.
Oh, okay.
So if you bath her every day, you actually wash away a lot of those oils. So you almost wash away the treatment. If you're guilty of one thing, it's probably caring too much, you know.
She means the world to me.
I can tell.
She's just, because I was living rough on the streets, and I only just got a place last year.
Yeah.
And my daughter gave me her for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I just go, oh, I've got to have her. I can't get rid of her.
Yeah, good on you. So maybe if we give her a flea treatment and don't bathe her for at least 2 weeks or so, and you should notice that the fleas should then fall off her and die in that time.
Thanks, Dr. Chris.
No worries at all.
You have a good weekend.
You too, good to see you.
We'll see you next time, all right, my
Okay.
love? Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye. I came here really with no idea what to expect, but what I found is a whole lot of people with a whole lot of pets of all shapes and sizes, but the one thing they all have in common is they love their animals and they would do anything for them. The bond they have is so incredibly deep and so incredibly special.
Kiss? Give mommy a kiss?
It's a little bit frustrating, isn't it, when you get to this level?
At SASH, Lisa and Dr. Philip Brain are struggling to find the large sewing needle lodged in little Laker's stomach.
The thread could be wrapped up in that little ball, but let's have a look.
Time is ticking by, and I know that Jeff and Jessie are waiting in the waiting room. I'm just hoping that he doesn't have to end up on the operating table.
Okay, just open.
Finally, a breakthrough.
We found the eye of the needle and the thread that's attached to it. Hard work's trying to get it out.
We do have to manoeuvre it to get it out in the right orientation, otherwise we can get it snagged. And I think that's what's happening now a little bit. Close.
Is that
You
it?
can live in hope.
Yes! Woohoo! Hey!
Isn't that nice? Have we got the culprit?
Like the whole needle. It is a huge relief for us, and Jeff's going to be over the moon, as is, I'm sure, little Laker when he wakes up. Yeah, we got a high five, Phil.
We can do that.
You're just a happy little boy. You are. Yeah, you are. You still want the cuddles and you don't even know what's going on.
Needle-loving Laker has fully recovered from his endoscopy and is now ready to be reunited with Jeff and Jessie.
Yes, you swallowed a needle. For Laker, it was a bit of an easy ride. Lots of cuddles, a good snooze, and out the door. For Jeff and Jessie, it was a lot of distress about their little baby and whether or not he'd survive. There you go.
Can I have that one?
Yeah, and he's awake. He can go home tonight.
Oh, okay.
There was no damage to the tummy or no damage to the esophagus, so he's very lucky. The needle is very sharp and it didn't do any damage.
Yeah, it's amazing.
We checked everything, so it's amazing.
Next time need to very be careful when use sharp things, but he's very lucky.
You're saying thank you? I say thank you very much, thank you.
What a huge relief for Laker and the whole family. I mean, to their surprise, Laker's gone home tonight, so it's happy endings for everyone.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you later, bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bello, you want to come out?
Next day, Lisa is ready to release Bello. 24 hours ago, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel was unable to stand. An emergency procedure to clear the dangerous blockage in his ear has been successful.
Good boy, Bello.
Although it will take some time for his balance nerve to fully recover.
He was so dizzy. He was experiencing signs like people with vertigo. It was like he was in a washing machine, roller coaster, spinning around, and just had no control of it. Good boy, Bello. He is strutting his stuff, wagging his tail. He is a different dog to what he was when he came in.
Glenda and her son Matthew are waiting to take their beloved Cavalier home.
I was very relieved it wasn't a brain tumour and it came out to be mucus in the ears.
You want to go see Mum? Should we go? Let's go. Come on.
I think we're going to have to give him a lot of TLC. He's going to have a lot of love and care.
Look who's there.
I'm going to start crying.
Look who's there.
Hello. Oh, he looks so much better.
He's walking and he's wagging his tail and he's happy.
He's so much better. Kiss, 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 kiss. Oh, yes. We've missed kisses. Yes, we have. Haven't we? Compared to when we brought him in. It's amazing. Sorry, I'm emotional.
No, you're allowed to be emotional. This is a pretty traumatic thing.
It is. To go from healthy to being that sick, and now he's sort of bounced back.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That was a delightful reunion. Glenda was so emotional. I didn't think she had any idea that Bello would be this good.
This is overwhelming.
There's no holes. That's a good sign.
It's been 1 week since Chris gave James a nose ring to stop his obsessive digging.
I'm coming back to the scene of the crime to see if this nose ring has worked. If it hasn't, this could be the last time James ever sets foot in this park.
James was facing a ban from the local park due to his destructive behaviour.
Hello, matey.
Hello. How are you?
Oh, yeah. So what, he's walking around, he's still sniffing out things, he's still the same James, but just he's not doing the excavations.
No, there is a lot more sniffing though.
So he's thinking about what he could do,
Yeah.
but he's not actually carrying through with the digging.
No digging.
It's incredible that a nose ring, something that looks quite simple, can make such a huge difference. He can still sniff, he can still do all the things he likes to do, but the moment he actually pushes his nose into the ground, the ring pushes into his nose, and he goes, you know what? This ain't so fun.
Mummy, he's doing his wee.
So did you miss the bad boy though?
Honestly, no. Not at all. It's a lot easier.
He is a better pig now. He can still come to the park, be the centre of attention, which he loves, but not be the serial park pest. You're going to be just fine, aren't you? Guess that was goodbye.
I think that's his way of saying thank you.